Sales is almost spiritual, like you're transferring energy to someone else. That's powerful, right? So that's just the appointment setting team. 2 sessions a day, 10 sessions a week. That's at least an extra, we say 90 minutes a day in total. That is 90 times 5, 450 minutes. That's like 9 hours. I think I'm gonna butcher the math. 6 hours. Anyway, it's like 10 to 15 hours, let's just say, a week. You don't have to be great at maths to be an entrepreneur. Of extra training that other companies won't do. So sometimes I'm insecure. I'm like, these other companies that are doing tens of millions of dollars, maybe I'm not as good of a closer as I think I am. You know what I mean? But yeah, we do that. And then the second part is the closing team. In the morning, we do our sessions and we do a role play session. Wake up, role play, boom. Ace, pitch me. Arrow, pitch me. John, I'll pitch you. Can you pitch John? And it's 30, 40 minutes of pitching the presentation. Boom. And then I'll pause them. Okay, pause, say this differently with that tonality. Great, say this differently with this example. This example is better. Great, say this, we actually did this. Great, I'm 26, not 30. Like you get what I mean? And that repetition, guys, like, after the cold calling, after the closer role play session in the morning, in the evening, we now do our call reviews. So we're going to listen to a closed call that I could have closed last year, this year. And we're looking at the pattern. Hey guys, you see how I asked questions at the start of the call? And then after I asked questions, I shut up and I asked them more questions about the things that they were saying. Okay, great. So, so you have a junk removal business? Awesome. Okay, so you've been struggling to get leads. Got it. How long have you been struggling for? And that must be quite painful because, whilst the business revenue has stayed the same, you've hired more staff. So the business has become less profitable. Has that affected your sleep? I know that when my business sometimes gets less profitable, I tend to be a bit more anxious. Have you felt that same anxiety? Wow, okay. How have you tried to mitigate that? You've been struggling with that? Got it. And that's led you to maybe getting burned by cheaper options because you're trying to fix a problem quickly, but you realize that, cheap things, you have to pay for them twice. Got it. How many times did you try that? Like, I can imagine you probably lost tens of thousands of dollars. Did that put you in debt? Wow. Did you have to use a credit card? See how much depth you can get from like practicing? Like I just made up a scenario, but my brain is so naturally like good now, I'd like to think, of like, what's up, Andy? Thanks, Albert. Of getting to like the real pain of something. Right? But that's because me and my sales team, Monday to Friday, 30 minutes. Sometimes we'll listen to a whole 90-minute call while I'm in the gym. Listening. Your brain just starts absorbing the patterns. So you got to outdo people. My sales team, by the end of 2027, I honestly believe this, will be an 8 to 9 figure sales team. I genuinely believe that in my heart. And it's not because I think I'm good or my sales team's the best. I just think we will do the necessary amount of hours required to win. That is how we've been able to grow. At the start, in February last year, we had 0 account managers. Now, you can't really see that on the board, but all those different lines, we have like 20 now, and now 80 staff. Which is why I was testing new offers, because I'm like, we need to grow a little bit faster. We've grown every month this year, but like, we need to grow even faster. Because I'm spending a lot. And I love taking risk, and I'm not going to spend any less. So we're going to grow faster. So what does that mean? We have to do more. We have to do more. 2 training sessions. Now, this is another one that you have to do. Andy said, can listen to this guy for hours. He speaks facts every sentence. That's love, man. I appreciate it. Team culture. A lot of people force team culture. They're like, oh, we have to do this at X and we have to do Y at Z. And that's what makes us team culture. But the character of the leader influences the culture of the people. So I cannot tell you to be what I am not. So my team knows that I used to play basketball. It was so interesting, almost unconsciously, cosmically almost. Like for the influence of maybe Christ alone. What's up, Nasha? The team started calling themselves basketball names. Like, I never called myself a basketball, but they're like, hey, that one's Michael Jordan. This one is LeBron James. This one's Steph Curry. I'm Phil Jackson. I'm the coach. But I never told them to call me this. Because why? The character of the leader influences the culture of the people. So I can't say, hey, name yourself Messi, name yourself Ronaldo, name yourself Conor McGregor, name yourself Floyd Money Mayweather. Unconsciously, because I used to play basketball, the sales team, for whatever reason, I know some of them play cricket, so there's no incentive for them to be but the influence of the culture. Maybe I give it for basketball vibe. Partially probably because I'm black, probably because I've got dreads, and because you can find videos of me playing basketball on YouTube. Who knows? But my character, my essence, my vibe influenced that department. So what do? Nicknames. And let it fly. And this is where maybe some sales corporate people will disagree with me. But this is what helped us get to, the 7 figures a year. Or multiple 7 figures a year. And they nickname themselves. So when, for example, James closes a 4K a month deal, they're like, King James! Like LeBron James with the crown. And we got a video of him like dunking. And then what happens is culture compounds. It's really beautiful. Like the social economics of what gets rewarded really compounds. That's why you have to be very careful with what you reward, which is the next thing that I'll talk about. What's up, Eddie? What's up, Mohi? What's up, Bedavita? Alvin's laughing. So we celebrate that. And then John Steffen, when he closes a 2K a month deal, we're like, Steffen from deep hits a 3. And we're like doing like fire emojis, rockets. We're spamming emojis when he closes a deal. And what does the first person do? The one that hypes up the SDR team? When she's like, 5 and 5, who's going to break 7? 1 hour left, who's going to hit 8? We do the same for the closers.